So let's begin our meditation by bringing awareness to the physical body. Just checking in with the body, checking for tension, tightness, any disturbance, noticing what's happening within the physical body. Scanning the body from head to toe, your head, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, upper torso, your lower body, and just notice what's happening. If you access any disturbance, tension, tightness in any area, bring awareness, bring your attention into that. And now consciously softening the energy throughout the body. Consciously relaxing the energy and releasing, letting go where possible. Now let's bring our awareness to our breathing just for a moment. We'll breathe together for 3 counts. On each count, breathing in and out. In through the nose and out through the mouth, if that is possible and comfortable. On the in-breath, at the top of the in-breath, hold for a moment. And on the out-breath, breathing out with a slight sigh, which helps with the relaxation response. In the following way, I'll give you an example. Breathing in, out. Let's breathe together to the count of 1. And relax. With full awareness on the breath, breathing in and out to the count of 2. And relax. And now consciously slowing down the breath to the count of 3. Relaxing deeply. Now bringing your awareness within. Bring awareness inside. Going beyond the thinking mind. To the seat of awareness, from where you are aware of all things, from where you experience life. You hear my voice, from where you see, in that quiet, still place. And from there, experience the contemplation meditation. Let's begin by looking at a very simple truth, that one of the requirements for true spiritual growth is coming to a place of peace with pain. Mostly talking about emotional pain here. And just noticing how at times in your life where change has taken place, that it is not always comfortable when that happens. Change involves challenging the familiar, questioning traditional needs for safety, comfort, control. And this is often perceived as a very painful experience. Know that this is part of your growth. You may not like the actual feeling of inner disturbance, but learn to sit quietly inside and notice where they come from. You begin immediately to realize that there is a layer of pain seated deep in the core of your being. And for many people, this pain is uncomfortable, very challenging, and destructive to the individual self. And we many times spend our entire life avoiding it. Notice how your personality may have been built upon ways of being, thinking, acting, and believing that were all developed to avoid this pain. Avoiding the pain prohibits you from exploring the part of your being that is behind, beyond, below that layer. True growth, real growth takes place when you decide to deal with the pain. Notice how times in your life that pain affected everything you do. Because it's at the core, it radiates out. This is not physical pain. Physical pain is there when something is physiologically, when something is physiologically wrong with the body. This inner pain is always there, underneath, hidden by layers of thought and emotion. You feel it most when your heart goes into turmoil. For example, when the world does not meet your expectations. Your entire psyche is built upon avoiding pain. Fear of pain is foundational. For example, notice that if the feeling of rejection is a problem for you, you will fear experiences that cause rejection. That fear then becomes part of your psyche. Even if those events that cause rejection are infrequent, you will deal with the fear of rejection all the time. That is how we create pain that is always there. If you are doing something to avoid pain, then pain is running your life. All of your thoughts, all of your feelings will be affected by those fears. You see that any behavior pattern based upon the avoidance of pain becomes a doorway to the pain itself. If you're afraid of being rejected by someone, and you approach that person with the intention of winning their acceptance, you are on thin ice. All they have to do is look at you differently, look at you sideways, say the wrong thing, and you will feel the pain of rejection. Since you approach them in the name of rejection, you're going to be dancing on the edge of rejection throughout the entire interaction. The feelings you experience work their way back to the motive behind those actions. The avoidance of pain is what your actions are linked to. And you will feel that link in your heart. The heart is where pain comes from. Your personality traits, behavior patterns, all about avoiding this pain. You avoid it by keeping your weight a certain way, wearing certain clothes, talking a certain way, choosing a certain hairstyle. Everything you do is about the avoidance of this pain. Notice what happens if someone mentions your weight to you, criticizes your clothing, your hair, how you immediately feel pain. Every time you do something in the name of avoiding pain, that something becomes a link that holds the potential for the pain you're trying to avoid. Even social interaction, if you're hiding yourself in a busy social life, anything anyone does that challenges your self-esteem will cause you to feel pain. You know, why? The question, why? Why would there be pain in a friend saying they're going someplace else and they can't go with you today? Why would there be pain involved if you call your family dog and he doesn't come running? How does that generate pain? It is because deep within, deep inside, there is pain you have not processed. Your attempt to avoid pain has created layer upon layer of sensitivities that are all linked to hidden pain. Notice how you avoid, do everything to avoid the pain of rejection. You work hard to maintain friendship. You work harder and harder if there's rejection involved. You have to be sure everything you do is acceptable to others. Determines maybe how you dress, how you act. It's subtle because you're no longer focused directly on rejection. Now it becomes about your clothing, your hair, how you walk, and what you drive. You've gone another layer further away from the core pain. It is important to go deeper and look at the dynamics of the layers that have been created. At the core, there is pain. In order to avoid pain, notice how you try to stay busy. Notice that. How you try to present yourself a certain way. That is a layer. Each layer is attached to the original pain. Why simple everyday interactions affect you so much. If the core pain was not the motivation behind proving yourself each day, what people say would not affect you. But since the core pain is why you're trying to prove yourself, you end up bringing the potential for pain into everything that happens, becoming so sensitive you were unable to live in this world without getting hurt. If you watch carefully, notice, pay attention, you see that even simple interactions often cause some degree of pain, insecurity, or disturbance. To get distance from this, you need to get some perspective. Go outside on a clear night and look into the sky. Again, remembering what you know. You are sitting on a planet spinning around in the middle of absolutely nowhere. As you look out, you see a few thousand stars, maybe. However, there are hundreds of billions of stars in our Milky Way galaxy alone. And that galaxy would look like one star to us if we could even see the next one. You're standing on a little ball of dirt, spinning around one of those stars. From that perspective, do you really care what people think about your clothes? How you look? Do you really need to feel embarrassed if you forget someone's name? If you want out, make the decision to devote your life to getting out. Do not devote your life to avoiding pain, about worrying about whether people like you. That is a life of pain. Spending your life avoiding pain means it's always right there. At any point, you could slip and say the wrong thing. Once you look inside and own this, you will see that you are back to the same two foundational choices. One choice to leave the pain inside and continue to struggle with the outside. The other choice, you decide that you don't want to spend your entire life avoiding inner pain. You'd rather get rid of it. Know that many people will never dare to turn this process inside. And many people don't even realize they are running around with pockets of pain inside. Ask the question, what would your life be like if it wasn't run by that pain? You would be free. You would walk around this world completely free, being comfortable with whatever happens. Know that you can live a life full of interesting experiences and simply enjoy those experiences, whatever they are. That you can simply live your life and experience what it's like to be on a planet spinning around in the middle of nowhere until you pass on. You begin to learn, you take on the task of learning not to be afraid of inner pain and disturbance. If you want to be free, simply view inner pain as a temporary shift in your energy flow. There is no reason to fear this. Do not be afraid of rejection, of how you feel if you got sick, if someone died, how you feel if something else goes wrong. Look inside yourself and determine that from now on, Pain is not a problem, it is just a thing that happens in the universe. It's a thing in the universe that is passing through your system. Laugh at it, have fun with it, but do not be afraid of it. It cannot touch you unless you touch it. Now let's take a moment to regroup this meditation as we return to silence.